love the energy. We are doing it this morning. You guys, I want to say something before I bring on the featured speaker, and that is every single week I work with a different coach and we work on a script, we work on what they're going to share, and I'm blown away. I always find something about what they've done unique. Even though every single person is starting with the same tools, everybody has the same opportunities with Beachbody, but you are unique to you. And this person is very unique. And I want you to tag more coaches to come to this call right now live, or they can listen to the podcast or watch later on Facebook. But for right now, tag your coaches because this is a really, really important topic today. And I'm so excited to have her on. She's been coaching over 8 years. And I cannot believe that either, Val. She is a 7-time elite coach. So that tells you right there, 8 years coaching, 7 times elite. Crazy. She's a 12-star diamond coach. She's part of the Legacy Club. If you don't know what that is coaches who over their years of coaching and hard work, they have accumulated over $1 million in earnings. That is an accumulation. She is also one of very few part of the 100 Club, and that is Success Club for 100 months in a row. How did she do it? She's going to tell you any second. She's part of Team Legacy United. And from Canton, Georgia, you guys, it's Val Bozzo. Let me bring her on. Val.
Good morning. So excited to be here.
Good morning. I'm really excited for you too. Thank you for jumping on. And I loved your script so much. I was over the weekend just going, oh yeah, oh yes. So getting everybody excited. Let's start by you saying, okay, 8 years. We don't have to go through their whole history. When was a wake-up call moment in your business when you knew something had changed?
So a really pivotal part of my 8-year coaching journey that took me from thinking really small to taking massive action was something that I heard on a team call a couple of weeks into my coaching business. My upline coach, she was talking about this business and how she had been a coach for a couple of years. She had 2 small boys. She worked her Beachbody business full-time from home in between nap times and early mornings and late nights. And then she mentioned approximately how much she was earning each week. And I literally about fell out of my chair. Then there was a really pivotal moment where she said, you know, instead of constantly replaying through our minds the why me parts of life, why don't we switch that and start to tell ourselves why not me and blow our own minds with what we create. And as a military wife, stay-at-home, stressed out mom, that was literally it. For me, I was like, that's it. I'm going to do that. This is my time. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to create my own success story. I'm going to create a team. And I really want to inspire them to work hard and do this too. I'm going to stop thinking about the commission-based part of the business. And I'm going to build a team and focus on their growth, which then I know would make my income grow. And from that point on, I literally started changing my daily habits and disciplined myself to do what successful people do every day versus really what felt good in the moment.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with the busy, stressed out mom. Some people just don't know just how stressed out things got. But take us now to this topic that you and I were talking about, because the 5-step invitation process that started, years ago, you kind of made it your own. So talk about that, how personal this topic is to you.
Yeah, so I'm excited because this is the bread and butter of our business. I was taught years ago that coaching and challenge groups, they're kind of like a birthday party, right? And when it was broken down to me like that, it was kind of like this light bulb popped on. And what I mean by thinking about it as a birthday party is, we're planning a big party, right? We pick the venue, we have the decorations, we order the food, we buy the gifts, all of it. But what would happen if we would never invite anyone to the actual party? Nobody would come, right? So when I shifted my system and made this part of my business, it was like a whole new way of looking at it. I had to invite people if I wanted them to join my party. which was my business, right? And I also had to take the emotion completely out of the equation, meaning that if someone declined or couldn't come to my party right now, I wasn't going to take it personally. All right, just the same way that I wouldn't get hung up if Aunt Sally couldn't make it to my daughter's first birthday party. Do you see how that simple change in attitude and effort can change the outcome, right? So here's the thing. Many invite processes have come before me, all right? But I personally developed this 5-step invite process that's effective in achieving Success Club 10 or higher every month. All right, I'm going to share it with you guys step by step so that you can use it, and this can have growth and create momentum in your own business too. But remember, only you're going to know if you're doing this or not. But let's give it a try, okay? So grab your pens, grab your paper, write all this stuff down, okay? Because I really want you to take these little nuggets and start to take massive action towards your goals. So that way you know what to do. Step 1, right? Social media posts. Y'all, it is vital to be predictably consistent on social media. My rule of thumb is really to post at least twice a day, and I do use Facebook and Instagram. So while I'm sharing these tips for you, know that it applies to both platforms daily. All right? We have to be sharing on social media in order for the rest of this process to really work, okay? So posts, do them. Stories, use them. Reels, y'all, you got to make them. Live features, have fun with them. Be social on social, all right? And as your views, your likes, and your interactions and everything grow, so can your following, all right? So you should be sharing why now is the best time for people to be joining you. You should be talking about your lifestyle and what makes you essentially you, all right? And that will really draw those people in who can relate to you, all right? So I'm going to give you guys a post that I did not too long ago, and I'm going to read it to you so that way you can really hear, because I use a lot of posts that are like a problem solution method. Again, that's how people will relate to you and know that they can understand kind of what's going through your mind and how you took maybe a problem that you had and created a solution for it using, Beachbody coaching, everything. So here's the example post. The problem was that I would say these things on repeat. I'm too busy. That won't work for me. I've got kids. I'm not worthy. I can't afford it. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to eat. I'll just run or look up workouts on YouTube, eat lean pockets and 100-calorie snacks, and drink Diet Coke, because that will help me lose 10 pounds. And the problem kept being unsolved until I gave up all of those negative thoughts and inactions that were not serving me. I finally stopped shutting out the girl in my inbox who literally was happy, healthy, self-motivated, excited for her days, at home working with her kids on her own time, had a great group of friends that I so badly wanted, had gotten amazing results, was not doing workouts on YouTube, was not living on lean pockets and Diet Coke, and she made a job out of taking care of herself. And the list went on. So I finally gave these at-home workouts a shot, and clearly the results speak for themselves. Clearly my mindset has totally changed. Clearly, if you want something bad enough, you'll ask for help from someone who has achieved it and takes action to make it their reality too. I love my mom bod that carried 3 babes. I have confidence, and I'm so passionate about helping other moms take control of their mindsets, create routines and healthy habits that change their lives too. I never started this for abs. I started this to take control of my life, stop my lame excuses, and I committed to never giving up. And then with that post, I actually attached a transformation picture. Okay, and when you share you on social media, that resonates with people. That builds trust. It's relatable. And that's what helps draw other moms or women or your niche into you. Okay, so next we're moving on to step 2, connections and invites. We get to connect and invite. See what I did there? We get to connect and invite. It's fun when we remember that this is a gift that we are giving other people, even if they don't know it yet. Inviting is one of those things that can exponentially grow your business over time. I hear all of the time from new coaches, but Val, I don't want to be salesy or pushy or anything like that. And I say to them, well, great, then don't. I don't want to be salesy or pushy either. I always remind them, remember the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated, and essentially don't send messages that you wouldn't respond to. I've got to share this story with y'all because I think it will resonate with some of you. So my first month of coaching was actually in May of 2013. And I personally just thought that I could do everything my way for this business. I didn't need to invite. I didn't need personal development. I could just get people signed up on my terms, all right? My mindset was crap back then. And that attitude is kind of proof, right? So anyways, I spent the month of May pretty much convincing a few friends, my mom, whoever I could, to just sign up with the challenge pack to help me out. Well, it worked that first month. I ended with Success Club 8, and I felt awesome. And I thought that it was like, this would be how it would always be. But I was wrong, okay? Then June, my second month, I decided to start sending some invites to people on Facebook. I really did want this to be successful, so I wanted to go all in, obviously, at that point. And I did know I had to start to change. And I remembered a video that I had watched on YouTube where Carl was talking about how when we are talking about being proof of the product, inviting, personal development, and the recognition piece, those are called vital behaviors because they are the vital signs of our business. Just like if we were to go to the hospital or the doctor's office and they were to check our vital signs, if we didn't have any, we'd be dead. So that's why he named the vital behaviors, the vital behaviors, because if we're not doing these activities consistently, daily, through our business, then our business is dead. And that hit me hard because I really knew that I wanted to grow a thriving business. So I started to send more invites and I could really feel this passion starting to grow, and I was here for it. I was putting my back against a wall and there was no plan B. I needed to make this work. Well, at the end of June, I ended with 2 Success Club points, and those came from my husband because he felt so bad for me that no one signed up that he bought the T25 challenge pack. All right. And I thought for sure that I would have people knocking down my door to sign up with me because I really was doing the vital behaviors. I almost quit because I was sinking back into this, it's not working, the naysayers are right, poor Val mindset. But I stopped myself dead in those tracks and I said, no, I'm not going to keep going down that path of woe is me, all right? Something had to change and something had to be off, and I had to find the problem so I could create the solution. I told myself I will not quit. I will be a top coach. And this time is right now. So I sat down and I looked at the messages that I was sending. I literally copied and pasted this message to over 300 people that month in June. Most of those people I really didn't know or hadn't talked to them in years either. So I'm going to read you what the message was that I was sending to them. Hey girl, I am a Beachbody coach and I'm running a challenge group starting on December 15th. Do you want to join it? The challenge pack is $160, and that will give you access to my accountability group along with your fitness program and Shakeology. I can also set you up as a coach if you want to try and make money from the business side of this too. This is so fun, and I'm wanting to grow my team. Let me know by today if you want to do this too. Do you hear how icky that message sounded? That was what I was sending, and I wondered why no one would respond. I was wondering why people were blocking me, and I definitely wasn't growing my business because no one was signing up. But when I read it out loud, I was like, I would never reply to that. I would actually eye roll and move on if that were a message that I was getting. There was no connection. I was not doing my job on social media by connecting with them on their page or their posts. I had never sent them a message before, just genuinely connecting. And it was just that. The message wasn't personal. I never used their name. I told them that I'm a Beachbody coach in the second sentence. Look, don't do that, okay? Don't even mention Beachbody right out of the gate, because to some people, probably to most people, that just comes across as salesy, all right? And most people don't know who or what we're truly about, okay? They don't know what a challenge group is. I told them the price in sentence 3. Never give prices, okay? We got to get to know them first. I threw in Shakeology, which they know nothing about, and then I told them a vague statement about coaching, and I never asked a single question about them. I found a big problem, so I asked myself, what am I going to do to fix it? Here's what I did. I sent every single one of those people, well, the ones who hadn't blocked me at least, an apology message after I went to their page and loved on some of their posts. Okay, what did my apology message say? Literally, it said, hey, Jess, I need to apologize. I came across so salesy and icky in that last message, and I am so sorry about that. I just started this new job that I'm so passionate about, and I worked so hard to not be salesy that I, in fact, came across really salesy and awkward. Can we start fresh? How are you? How are the kids? How's life? Are you working towards any goals right now? I ended July at Success Club 26 and almost a diamond coach. See, there's not a problem with the system. This works when we work. The work isn't done just because we check a box off the tracker. The work is done on ourselves, and it will reflect in the business building activities. So now my process goes like this. Add friends on social media, go to their page, like and comment on their posts, send them a message thanking them for following me, and I hope that they have a blessed week. And then I send them an invite as soon as I see them like, comment, or watching my stories, okay? And when it comes to sending messages, I also have this 3 to 4 sentence rule because I know I don't like to open and read messages that are a mile long. I'm actually like, oh my gosh, another message that is so long. And I usually left it unread, and I tell myself I'll go back to it, but I typically don't. So I don't want to receive messages like that. So typically I'm assuming people like me aren't going to want to receive messages like that either. So I always think, what would I respond to? What do I want to see? All of that, okay? So I've adapted over the years to know that short, sweet, and to the point is the only way that will work for me. So my flow with a message is I usually give a compliment or a thank you to them, then I make a direct statement to or about that person, and then I ask them a question. So a great invite example that I use all the time goes like this. Good morning, Rach. I saw your like on my post and wanted to just say thank you so much for your support. Are you interested in some details about coaching with me or my next boot camp? Are you working towards any goals right now? The invite isn't scary, it's not icky, and it's definitely not weird. It's how we help others who need support, accountability, community, and a solution to their problems, right? All right, step 3. Hope you're still with me, all right? Follow-ups. This is my favorite thing. Follow up, follow up, follow up. You hear it a million times over. But see, here's how I look at the way that inviting goes. Step 2, connect and invite. Step 3, the best part of it all, because I send my invites so I get to follow up. We get nowhere with a one and done message to someone, all right? Following up is how we get people signed up. Not following up with your prospects is the same as filling your bathtub up with water without first putting the stopper in the drain. All right, I want to take you back to the beginning of my journey that kind of paved the way as part of my business activities, because my coach literally followed up with me over 36 times in a 5-week period. I'm not kidding. I think to myself often, I'm like, what if she hadn't been so persistent? What if she hadn't followed up so many times? What would my life look like? Because I probably would have never signed up and started coaching. So that's why I'm so in your face with follow-ups, because I know that they're the only way that people will actually sign up. And in my opinion, on average, it takes about 8 to 12 follow-ups before someone may actually sign up, which is usually about a 6-month turnaround, okay? So that's why when you hear us say, be here in a year, you'll get to look back and be like, wow, it definitely takes some time to build trust, but look what we can create when we stick it out and we go all in. All right, so I'm going to give you kind of an example, okay? I'm going to go back to that golden rule. When I get a message from someone on social media who is clearly a business owner, whether it's another network marketing company, a small business, whatever, I purposely never answer on the first message, all right? I know good business practices, and I want to see if they're really doing their job or if they're just sending a copy and pasted message to new people every day. Here is something that I have found. Very few people actually follow up once, let alone 2, 3, 4 plus times. All right. I will wait until someone follows up with me. Usually it takes the third time. And if they follow up the third time, that's when I will literally respond to them. And I say, job well done. What you got for me? It's good business practices that show that people care. So to me, following up is just a way for them to say, hey, I actually really care about you, and I would love an opportunity to work with you at some point in the future. See, it's not just checking off a box that will get you somewhere. It's intentional business practices that can create growth when you do it right. All right, I'm going to give you a follow-up example. Actually, I'm going to give you 2. All right. Hey, Jess, I wanted to send another quick message to check in and make sure that you got the last one that I sent. I know sometimes Facebook can be weird and I don't always see my messages. Just didn't want you to think that I had forgotten about you. Any plans for the holidays? Or, hey, Jess, did you have a chance to check out the coaching info that I sent over? What did you see that you liked? I really think that you could slay this business with me because you've got some solid goals that I think can be achieved with this opportunity. I want to offer you one of my 10 spots on my new coach mentorship call this week. What do you think? Want to get fit with me? Simple, right? Step 4, ask for referrals. Saying it again, ask for referrals. This is such a simple but effective step that I don't spend a whole lot of time on, but it's part of the process. Quickly ask for a referral, whether or not the person you're speaking to is joining you right now or not yet. Right? Because if a person, if a person will sign up with like the total solutions package as a referral, then I send them a little happy in the mail with a couple energized sticks is just saying thank you for their purchase. Little acts of kindness go a long way, and you'll never know if you don't ask if someone else, or they know someone else, or a friend or a sister or a coworker or whoever who might be looking to get fit, looking to earn a little extra money, whatever that this business and challenge groups can provide. I always tell my team, we aim to be Nordstrom, not Dollar General. All right, so a couple referral examples go like this. Good morning, Rachel. I am so excited that you're ready to dive in with me. Do you have 1 to 2 friends you'd like to invite to participate with you that you think could benefit from an accountability group like this? Or another, morning, Rach. I know that now isn't the best time for you to join my boot camp, but I was wondering if you have a few friends that I could reach out to. Do any of your coworkers or friends need some accountability with their health and fitness goals, or have any mentioned needing to earn some extra cash for the holidays? There you go. The last but not least, step 5, signing up. Let's get them enrolled and started off right. All right, the sign up means that your job is just beginning. It's where you get to start to actually help that person with their journey, and it is you that they're looking for guidance. Here's my sign up checklist that I use for everyone who's signing up on my team, just so that way I know that they're getting the best support for their goals. So their share cart is sent, and then they purchase. Once they purchase, I send them a quick little welcome email. It's super simple. Page 1, I hype up our group, give the expectations, tell them to check in, send me their before pictures and measurements, and commit to the group. All right. Give them to the nutrition programs. I talk about the meal plans on page 3 and give them a few personal development book recommendations. And then next, I just get them plugged into our groups, whether they're coaching, whether they're a challenger, show them how to choose a program and get them started off right. Remember, it's not your job to make someone successful, but it is your job to give them the tools and resources to create their own success. That's it.
I'm like literally just on Facebook right now laughing because the auto captioning was saying that ask for pearls
Oh
instead
my
of
gosh.
ask for referrals. And I was like, well, you know what?
Well,
It is kind of a pearl,
it's like a
right?
gift. It's a gift.
It
Yes.
is a gift. And you know what? We have got to ask for referrals more often. That is what's shutting people down is the no. If you're if you're inviting and people just say no and you quit, then you'll never know who is out there that needs you. So the referrals is my favorite part. Thank you so much for covering that, and really want everybody to come back and watch or listen and tell their coaches who missed this call that this is a must watch. Your examples were on point. I'm telling you, when I was reading your notes last night, I was like, this is it. This is it. New coaches are constantly asking for, how do I do it? This is how, this
Yeah.
is the information that you need. So if you missed this call, which you wouldn't know because you missed this call, I'm counting on everybody here watching to push people to listen to this again, because you gave the basics in such a simple format. I really appreciate you so much. So let me go to the ending of the call and just say, okay, in 8 years, it's not about how rewarding this job has been for you. Okay. Yes, we know all that. That's the commercial answer. But what have you had to bring to the table? What's your superpower? What have you had to work on in these 8 years to create the success that you have today?
How can I choose? I mean, every single step that I've taken has literally shaped me into who I am to do today. And really, I mean, the good things, the failures, the many, many failures, and actually feel like those, falls, the failures teach more of a lesson because it helps me to not make the same mistake twice. All right. So in the early days, I guess I could say I spent every second that I had, like the extra seconds of my day, learning from top leaders in this business. I also leaned into team calls, trainings through my coach, through Beachbody, and I just took messy action. So I guess that's my superpower. I leaned in, I took the messy action, and I grew my confidence. I overcame the self-doubt and created so much joy in this because I turned off the can'ts in my mind and I allowed myself to dream and grow and think and tell myself, Val, you can do this, right? Personal development is truly the first step, but it was continuously getting out of my comfort zone, saying, making face it till you make it a rule and applying the new practices every day. That's really what I can say that contributed to my growth and success.
I'm going to do a shameless plug for Sheryl Sandberg, because this book, Lean In, coined the term leaning in. Okay. So when you hear coaches say, I leaned in, it means that you led, you became that leader. You leaned into the momentum instead of stepping out. You stepped up, you stepped into it, you leaned in, and you led your team. So I just got chills when you said lean in, because we say it all the time, like, hey, show up, lean in. But you know what? It's about many women and men who lean into the process and they lead their team. So I am so appreciative, Val. Thank you so much for doing this. And I've told everybody on Facebook that you're going to share some tips on the champions page. So Keyshawn will work with you on that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me remove you from the live stream. I hate saying that. Let me just take you out of the live stream. Thanks everybody for jumping on this call today and for tagging your coaches. I really appreciate it. I got really fired up today with her notes, and it is not easy speaking on a national platform, and she did an excellent job, and I'd like you all to check it out again and have a great week. We'll see you here next week. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.